fourth part of the video. If you haven't already seen, there's 3 below. I could talk through this flat roof detail. Quite unusual where the water being basically in the inside of the house. I've only ever done that 3 times, and it's the second time I've done it with these outlets. And I've done these furrings a little bit different. So what I want to do is, what I want to achieve is, I want all the water going to the outlets. So if I have it all going this way, it gets blocked. And if I have it going up, down to suit the outlets, it gets blocked. So what I need to do is do a double full. So as you can see, I've put these in, it's a firm piece, and I've kept 4 exactly the same. Reason why I've done it exactly the same is when I put the outlets through, I want it all to be in line. So as you can see, it goes up here, back down, and back down. So you've got that gradual fall going that direction and that direction. It'll just go in to the outlet. And what it's going to be is going to be like a, I believe, a lead or some sort of pipe, which is going to be about 110 mil. So we've done 150 mil, so we've got plenty of room in there. And what I did is, I got an offcut and put it on here, laid it flat along here, drew around it and just cut it out. So I've run it through, I've put a nog in the other side, and then I'm going to put some timbers around the side, battens will be applied just to pick up the battens. And I may put like a metal strap or something to keep it in position. I'm going to speak to the roofer and see what he wants to do regards to how far he wants it coming out. He may say, just wants it flush with the slate, so maybe like 40 mil, 45 mil. So we can scribe that in, cut that, that'll do a nice little job. And these timbers here that I've put round, I've just drawn a straight edge through, and that's just going to pick it up, and then we're going to ply it today. I would like to cut the ply deep into this, but it's 65-degree pitch. So what I'll probably do is just go into touches, do it square, keep it really simple, and I think that'll work really, really well for the roofer. At least when whatever he does in here, it's a rubber system, he can come across, wrap it up. Once they get the ridge tiles on the outside, you won't see the upside up top, but at least I know it's got good falls in it, and it'll look really good for the outside. Check this jig out, how to get this beautiful curve. One Harry and Charlie done earlier. Cut on a piece of ply, cut the battens, draw around it, and then when you get the skill saw, as it's still square, you can adjust the depth of the skill saw blade. Keep going it through every 6 mil and chisel it out, and then you can get the right plane to get in there. What's it called? What plane is it? Rebate plane, that's the one. Yeah, you can get a rebate plane inside there and sand it down. So Robbie showed us this, so it was nice to know a bit of knowledge passing down. That's what it's all about, and passing it on again to future generations. So it's Robbie from Raw. Check him out. And this is exactly what I was talking about. Getting 3 bird's mouth is a good idea, but my only concern is if the building, anything's out of twist and out of square, I don't want it to show. So that's why we've done the bird's mouth on the plate and up on the stills, run the rafters right down. Now we've got to get this all oak in, it's going to be really awkward, but if we had the oak in, it'd be awkward, so whatever you do is going to be awkward. So the plan of the action is to level up at the outside, my measurement, one end. Now give me my plumb cut. Now we've paralleled off the brickwork the other end, plumbed up, put a laser level down, cut all the seats, and they varied quite a lot by 20 mil, so you can tell there's slightly difference in this build. So whether it's cavity, could be anything really, but we've made sure our place and everything up the top is level, but it's going to run out somewhere. There's a lot of factors taken into consideration. Now we've got a top plate on top of this oak, so that means we've got to get this head of the oak on top of the posts, and we've only got 45 mil to play with. We might be able to get a car jack each end and jack this up a touch, give us another 10 mil or so. But once we get this oak in, 10s in the mortise holes, then we can put a plate in, slide a plate in, and that's the 45 mil for the tolerance. That should work out well. Nice little Juliet balconies up the top. I'll go up top and explain what we've done and why. Here we go, Juliet balconies. Self-explanatory really, but that's why it was so important to get the window height. Get the window height and then do the overall height. 2 points of confirmation. Reason being is, got the window height and the overall top height wasn't right. So we worked from the top, worked down, then we realised it needs another 70 mil course of bricks. We've got to have minimum and maximum heights of these windows. That's why I like 2 points to measure off of. Overall plus wind size, tally it all up. Confirmation. That's what we've done, put them in there. Those fern pieces have run right out. By the time we get 70mm block at the top there, we'll have 150 ups down for the lead. Then when the windows are in, we'll just ply the sides. And that'll work out well. Nice little dormers. MDF fashion soffit, tricoya. Is that right? Alright, I said it right this time. Take 3. Tricoya. Yes, MDF fashion soffit, you heard right. Now this stuff has been sitting in water for 16 weeks and it hasn't moved. It's a really good product, expensive. Once it's painted, it's finished beautiful. And what I like about it is you don't have to take it down and redo it. So it's not got a bow, twist, cup, spring it and all the other things that timber does. Thanks to Robbie allowing us to use his tool. Little domino, and we're going to domino it in, glue it, it'll come up really nice. Good job. Whatever the height difference is here, we hold a big chunk up here, keep it parallel. We're taking from the block line back to the top of the fascia, leave it over the top, bottom, just draw it on level, cut it. Easy as that really. I do like the rail, the plunger, gets nice and neat. The work tips on the doing the cheeks on the dormers. If you do the joists, ceiling joists, and the upright studs in line, when you're around the other side, it's so easy just to level down and all of them in line. And also what I do is I sit the ply on top of my level, which is 28mm. So when I come to do the battens, they'll slide them in, and that way everything's nice and tight and the battens don't split when I nail them up. Little box cutter, nothing to write home about, definitely ain't worth a photo shot, but I think it's important to illustrate. You've got a lot of water running off this roof into the gutter. So what I do is when I do the gutter, even though there's not much here, I run it to the opposite direction to the smallest section of the roof. Now, by the time you get the tiles and the batten on here, I've got about 8.5 inches on this end here. So the minimum I want is 6 inches, and I've got a nice fall on that. What I've got to think about is having the lead dressed up as high as possible, up the roof and up the chimney, because you're going to get snow in there. Alright, so we've got the outlet coming out and we're going to need to cut it. So what I've done is we've put noggins all the way around it so it picks up the batten, and I'm going to speak to the roofer, see what his makeup is, and then we'll get a piece of timber, scribe around it and cut it to suit. I've got a nice fall on that, but you can see even though it's 150 by 150 inside, the ply takes the weight. If it was turned around one more, then you'd be relying on the screws, and I see that with units all the time, where they make the bottom base the same as the shelf, and they put them on stands and it all falls apart. So it's like the bottom one always needs to be bigger to take the weight. So that's why we've done it like this. So that bit there's first, everything else sits on top. It's nice and strong, got plenty of pickup points, good falls in it, and yeah, look forward to seeing the lead go around it. Be a lovely job. Take one?
Take one.
Take one, brilliant. Okay, I'm sitting here with Robbie. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be working on your job.
No problem at all, fella.
Right, Robbie, for those that don't know you, can you give them an introduction of who you are and what you're about?
So my name's Robbie Watts. I'm the owner of RA watts&daughters Limited. We started in 1988. First of all was just carpentry contractors and gradually moved into various different bits of building. In the early 90s, I hooked up with Marks and Spencer, where we used to build M&S shops, a little bit of shop fitting at first, then we went in as a main contractor. Ended the association with M&S in 2016-17, so with them quite a long time. Employed hundreds and hundreds of different people over that time, and then we went into house building, so nearly 10 years ago now. And this is not the biggest property we've built, but certainly up in the top 5. And yeah, and here we are. We've employed lots of various trades, all very good trades. One of them is yourself, Jason, and your team. But yeah, that's a little bit about us, mate. But I'm a carpenter and joiner by trade, but we do we cover all aspects of the building trade.
So out of all different types of aspects of carpentry and building, what would you say is more of your favourite?
I like second fix. I like the finishing of a build, but I particularly quite like, which we've done with you here, is the finishing of the barge boards, soffit, and fascia details. As you know, we've got that little moulding on the bottom of the fascia. This one's a little bit plain, this job, but the one we done previous to this had quite a big step detail soffit, which was quite interesting. But I do like doing scallop barge boards and stuff like that. I quite enjoy that. It's quite nice to stand back and see that when it's finished.
Not only is it satisfying, but it's standing out from the rest. And I think this game is very, very competitive, and it's hard to have that edge. And I think little details like that, and it's just trying to find the right type of clientele. So, out of all the different stuff, what sort of lessons would people need to learn if they want to push forward? Do better?
Well, yeah, just going back on that. So obviously we use Tricoya, which you put on your Instagram page the other week. We're probably one of a few contractors that use Tricoya. It's very, very durable. So easy to finish because obviously it's an MDF. We went back to a job that we did probably 8-9 years ago, and it looks like we finished it yesterday. So painting wise, it's very, very durable, lasts a long time, easy to work with, but it is expensive. But the durability you get from it, I think, outweighs the cost of that. We never get any callbacks on anything, so that's a good thing. There's no twisting, warping, shrinkage or anything. So that's quite good. But sorry, what was the other question? I forgot what you said at the end.
What can people do who want to go into business and they want to push forward in business and want to do better? What are some of the little things they can take away that's going to stay with them forever?
I think you've got to be as professional as you can. We try to be. There's always someone obviously better all the time, but we try and be quite professional with the client. Most of my clients have become friends, which I think is a good sign. I think be professional, always firm up a quote, so you know where you are with money, because that's normally the biggest stumbling block, and always try and use the best quality material that you can afford.
Yeah, and what I've noticed about you, Robbie, is a handful of builders that I like working for is how organised and how you try and keep to those timescales, and it's having the client's best interest at heart. So that's what I like. I think people who want to find more out about yourself in the company, where do they go?
We've got a website. We don't use it very often. I don't think actually people use websites so much now, but Instagram, Facebook, usual. We're on the Institute of Carpenters page as well, which I'm a member. I'm a fellow now of the Institute of Carpenters, which was nice, along with our friend Robin Clevitt. And yeah, just all the usual ways you can get in contact via that, Instagram or Facebook.
Okay guys, if you ain't subscribed to the channel, please do. Also, I will put the link below, and if you'd like to ask Robbie any questions or get in contact in regards to any future works, please get in contact. How simple, check this jig out.
Oh, well, no.